Hey guys, it's Dr. Curvy here and we're back with another video. So after having two revisits of old MOBA studies to play, we are going to go back to some guides. I'm going to have some ideas. I just stopped making them for like a while because I don't have any ideas because it's hard to be daily uploading, content every day. But I have an idea now. In today's video, we are going to be talking about, what's that word? How do you approach a rank match as a support? This could be varying from different roles, but I'm going to focus on the support aspect. So I have played some matches. As you can see, the date is recent. And we are going to play... what are we going to play? And this is live commentary, by the way. So you might not hear the volume of the match, but I'm going to try my best to make it close. What should we play? We'll play this one because it's 17 minutes, as you can see from the top. And, I don't have time. I don't... it's hard to be a daily uploader. So yeah, if you guys like more of these daily uploads, I'm gonna throw trash, then please like the video and subscribe for more stuff. So let's do this match with Lux. It's short and sweet, and let's go. And this is live, by the way. So the first thing we're gonna see is matchup knowledge. You can take your jungler, enemy jungler, your ADC, yourself, and the enemy ADC and enemy support. How are you gonna approach this? So as you can see, there is a Sona. You need to think like what, let's pause this. You need to think like how should you approach this matchup, considering, you want to win the lane or the match. The first thing I would do is look at the enemy champion, which is Sona, support, and the enemy ADC. How are they going to be mixing with each other? Well, my focus is the support, but the ADC is second thought for me. I know it's a Sona, so I know that I need to build Oblivion Orb first for the anti-heal. But you will see in this video that I didn't build it because I feel like I'm more bursty and I want to get to my AP items quicker. I actually don't remember if I bought 8 anti-heal until like later. So there's that. Lucian has first strike, meaning if he engages on you, he's going to do a lot of damage. So you need to be wary of that. Your ADC doesn't know that because my ADC is kind of, boop boop. And I duo with him and he still doesn't know shit, so not shading. I start with my Q here. There is an early initiation here. He used some of his spells. You can see there's some damage there. Lucian will do a lot of damage to me as well, so you need to be careful of that. And make sure, think of their abilities first. Time their abilities, that's the good way of saying it. If you see Lucian dash his third skill, then you can use your Q because you can't dodge. He can't dodge your Q because usually the third skill escapes you from CC, I think. So once that's wasted, he has nothing to escape. So you need to really time that angle right. You can't just auto tap it. There's some early fights happening here. This Tristana flashed. He can go aggressive because he has backup. So my best bet here now is just to watch the wave for him. I am having first strike, meaning like if I go crazy early, I have the damage for it. I mean, I have gold and damage for it. But in this case, Sona wins because usually in a poking lane like this, they will win. They have more poke. I'm trying to be aggressive here. I flashed through my first skill. This Kha'Zix effed up, to be honest. As a jungler or any type of laner, you need to figure out you need to limit test. Limit testing is good. What he did there was limit testing, but it's so obvious. You're an assassin with lower health. ADCs and assassins kind of equate health with each other, so you need to figure that out. That's Kha'Zix didn't figure it out. And he's not going to do too much damage because he doesn't even have his... What does he have? He needs to buy like the serrated Dirk one. Because it's kind of like the start of your power spike. He didn't buy that. He bought the CDR one. The one that gives you damage and haste. In my case, I went with my boots because I feel like I'm going to sacrifice my anti-healness for more AP. And the utility that the... the boots of mana give. So that's flop Tina, right? So yeah, Sona is ahead, and if Sona kind of scales early, if Sona has an early lead, you kind of are F up until maybe like the mid game. because Sona scales in the mid game, but you're also good in the mid game because you do a lot of bursts. That's why I went with Lux in this match. Because my ADC kind of is hard to react. It kind of doesn't react to situations. And trust me, I've been playing like 20 games with him, so I can say this. But so I have to make matters into my own hands in that scenario. You know, there's no, like there's no what's that word? There's no partnership. There's no vibe. I did damage there. There isn't. We don't click. Basically, we don't click. So that's why I have to play my own champions. Usually, I try my best to, you know, coordinate or, you know, like match with the ADC, like Lulu Vayne, Jinx Lulu, like that. Or sometimes I just play like what I like. But in this situation, you know, you know, it doesn't hurt to try to win at least. But it's also, don't force yourself to play a champion that you don't like. Don't force yourself. Um, Someone actually, this Kha'Zix actually told me to play Yuumi. I can play Yuumi, but I'm not gonna sit on you and just, you know, like just throw my. I want to do something, you know. So let's fast forward a bit. The thing I like about doing this live is you can do stuff like this. So I don't have my damage yet because I got my boots. The Sona has a tier and she doesn't even have her boots, so I have the advantage here. But Sona probably is maxing her first skill. Depends though, she did a lot of damage there. Tristana is good as a champion, but this player can't play Tristana. He's a Mastery 7 Tristana, by the way, and I'm like, it doesn't show. There's, like, trust me, I've been playing League so much, I know when's a good Tristana, okay? A TFT Tristana with one cost would do better than him, to be honest. So yeah, my best bet is just to play safe here. I have a Kayle match you saw in the beginning where I did pretty well. Because I was safe, but, you know, we flopped Tina, the entire team flopped Tina. And I also played an Akali match where I won. It was a 25-minute match. And that's a different story. Because I was just, I want to play top lane because this ADC that I'm doing with is kind of annoying. And also, he doesn't know how to distance himself. When you need to know what your champion's traits are, for example, he's playing Tristana. He's not really utilizing his range as much. Like the peak range, that max range. There's a fight happening over here. I missed my ultimate, unfortunately. As you can see. I ulted the dragon instead of them. We could have gotten this clear if I killed the dragon. I mean, like, I ulted. Okay, he stole the dragon. And he's gonna get a lot of money because his first strike is proccing. My first strike is proccing. You can see in the bottom here, I have 199 gold for my first strike near my health bar. But that was still a sloppy fight, to be honest. At the end of the day, it's you against you. If you're a support main, don't rely on your ADC too much. Honestly, never. Never ever rely on it. Unless you know them well. Unless you've been talking to them personally. Unless you know them for 10 years personally. Then it could work. You know, but in this situation, solo queue, I know did I kill someone with that? They were pretty low because of me. Yep, I got an assist there. So yeah, this Kha'Zix was kind of flopping earlier, but this was like his turning point. And he started becoming cocky. Who gives a shit if you're doing well, bro? You're a Kha'Zix with first strike. You're an assassin with first strike, like what? It's not rocket science for you to know what that mashup does. An assassin with first strike is literally like bread over butter. Like, it's not a big deal that you know how to play a first strike assassin, like, bitch. Why do you think we banned Kayn? Ugh. People need to get their ego checked, I swear. Like, you're like, people like, oh, I did that. I'm like, you're doing the bare minimum of what you should always do as a ADC or like a jungler. Like, doing objectives, that's the minimum, you know. Can you do something else? Can you, like, ugh. That's how people are. Like, it's the bare minimum. Like, you're giving us the small thing, girl. We expect something more. Where's the plays at? You know? That's why I hate when people like act like they have an ego when it's literally small. Whenever I do something basic, I put an emote because, you know, to people here, they think that's a lot. by the way. Like, oh my gosh, that's a big play. No, it's not. You know you've been playing League for so long when something that looks like a big deal is not a big deal. You know? Like for example, if someone says like, "Oh, I did 2 turrets with Herald," I'm like, "Girl, that's kind of normal. It's rare, but it's normal, girl. You're not doing rocket science. This is not SpaceX. This is not X.com. Like, ugh. So yeah. So now at this point, you want to kind of figure out like, what's the next step for you? Like, it's different than laning, you know, compared to. Oh, we can fast forward this. This is way different than laning, to be honest. Like now your goal as a Lux support at least is just to make picks be with your team grouping. People tend to lack grouping here, you know. Maybe you can group 3 people and then the 2 can do something else, but people forget what that concept is, you know? Grouping. Like most of my matches were losses because majority of the team grouped and they're getting picks. And if they're getting picks, they can do other stuff. They can do objectives. Or the one pushing will recall and not get the turret like that. You know, it can't be like this, like what's happening now. There's Tryndamere, Tristana, and me in one lane. There needs to be someone doing something in other lanes so that they can keep them in check. Like this one, they were all grouped up here, and it killed the Darius and it killed this push. Someone could have been here and do something else and push this. You know, now we're grouped, but it's too late. They're gonna split up probably and do something else. Like it's hard to adapt like that. Oh, I missed my ultimate there. That Sona is doing really good because it's Sona. Look, she watched my build video for some reason. But the thing with me is just because they have the heals, they're not gonna heal as much. It's not like a Soraka RW combo. You know, I can one shot with this build, but it's taking me slowly to get there. And that's another thing I like to point out. People don't really farm much. I don't farm much, in my case at least, because I'm a support and I died here. There's a fight happening here, and they flopped Tina. Like, a lot of people starts to fight. Tristana always blames us about like why like we're losing like that, or you know they get mad because of whatever. But I've seen their money. If I can show you the scoreboard, if I can. So let's see. Tristana has 9k. Lucian has almost 8k. They almost have 10k. But in the earlier matches I played with this character who always spams Tristana, it was the opposite. Why? Because they're mostly fighting than farming. Yes, you get kills when you farm. I mean when you fight. But that first, second kill, that's it. It equals that. The value of more kills you're getting on that champion when you know they're not dead gets not when you're not dead, when you know what I mean? Like if you keep killing the same person and they don't get a kill, they kind of become more cheap. So your best bet is actually to just farm out. I think farming has the biggest value for an ADC. Not like crazy farming, like taking the jungle camps though. So yeah, so let's talk about everyone's items. So as you can see, I'm getting to my power spike, which is a Rabadon's, another power spike. Kha'Zix is getting rich because of first strike and the jungle camp. So he has the Essence Reaver, the Serpent's Fang, Lord Dominics. I don't know what build this is. He could have started Youmuu's, this, and then this, and then this. Like, it's a little messy. I'll get to items in a bit. I need to talk about it. This Tristana is doing a weird build. I don't think this is a good item on her. Maybe Rapid. Rapid's a good one, but I think they like the electricness, this passive. And then now they're building BF. Honestly, this BF into something's attack speed is better because you already have the attack speed boots. So, you know. Darius is lagging. He's been lagging. He has 999 MS. If you didn't know. So, can't relate to him. Tryndamere, he has crit rate and attack speed, but he doesn't have any AD built into him. He could have started building like a Bork or something, and that would have been so much better. So yeah, another thing with items is you need to prior which is your spike. Which item you're gonna build first is the one that's gonna focus on your spike. For example, if I build Ludens, that's gonna increase my everything, my poking power, my mana, my value, everything. In terms of Kha'Zix, I feel like he could have started with Youmuu's and then this, because he gets so much more movement speed out of the passive of Yomu's, and then it will only elevate more his penetration when he buys Duskblade, like that. Or Tristana, like this is their usual core, and then you want to build something else. Like if you want an attack speed item, you can go like, I don't know, rapid fire, or people go like more AD, less attack speeds, like that. When you're in ADC, you have a lot more flex with it. As a support, you know, it's standard, especially when your items are always the Ludens, the Rabadons. You know, you get the builds. But in terms of someone like, you know, this assassin, this what's his name? This Kha'Zix, he got better because he's starting buying the items that he could have gotten earlier. If he bought them earlier, he could have gotten them more better. I know that's like snake oiling it. I know that's like weird science. But if he built Yomu's with Duskblade and then Serpent Strang and then his boots, whatever, he could have actually be already at his point where he is now. It's basically he reversed his scaling. He was like him early game. Wait, I'm losing my track. Basically, him early game should have been stronger, and him now should have been weaker. You know, that's a weird logic thing, but you get what I mean, right? Like mixing up your builds like that. I think sometimes if it's an equal match, I think you're gonna be flopping. You know. And this is a Kha'Zix main, you know, so I shouldn't be critical of like what they decide to build or not. Oh, this he smited and yeeted out. But you know, some items do better than specific items, you know. Like what's a good example? Okay, Kale. Kale benefits more from Nashor's before what's the name? Riftmaker, because she gains more attack speed, especially later on. If she builds Omnivamp, she will scale more and more, and if she has Conqueror, that plus the Conqueror stacks, she's unbeatable, you know? But currently Kale prefers Kraken Slayer because of that third shot, which is fine. But if you have Conqueror, or I don't know if Kale still goes Conqueror on PC, then you're getting like more and more stack value if you auto attack, and it kind of makes you a little bit fearless as a Kale because you're getting so much back. So yeah. For Sona's case at least, she's in her prime now. I'm surprised we won. I guess she didn't know like how to, you know, like multitask, multi-manage like stuff when you're a Kale player. I mean when a Sona player. What I mean, girl, Sona is Sona. And what's their runes actually? Font of Life. Aries, that's actually right. That's actually right, but I guess she misplayed that. Her positioning is off here. There we go. I'm trying my best to protect. Oh my gosh. I got a double kill there. Poor Sona though. I tried ulting the Yasuo there. Not just to distract him, but to also get some stacks. Now this is the point where we started winning. But mind you, we were losing early. The gold lead was more favored to them. So it's crazy that we managed to win this. And the reason, and that's why I pulled out the Lux. I pulled out the Lux because I was like, okay, we're losing. We had a lose streak. Get back on it, you know? And now, after this, I played 3 more matches. We lost, and won. Because I was mostly playing top lane because I don't want to be with this Tristana. Girl, Tristana is so tired. Like the champion, like this person plays it so much, I'm getting tired. Like respect for One Tricks, but like, girl, I'm getting bored. Like this is, you know I make video for content, but like, dang. So yeah, I hope you guys learned something, even though I sounded like I'm ranting when it comes to like adapting your games. You know, you guys can leave questions in the comments below if you guys have doubts. But yeah, that's how I approach my matches. Basically, look at your matchup, look at your ADC, look at your support enemies, and look at your jungler. How can you adapt to their playstyle and make it into yours, and how can you beat them from that? You know, this build was messy. This Tristana build is so messy. I'm sorry, like Stormrazor, I honestly, Bloodthirsty would have been better than Shield Bow. I'm just saying. Anyway, yeah. When it comes to the mid game, you know, you have to figure out these 5 champions now in the enemy team. So how are you gonna adapt to them and fight them? And that's on your call because they all have different power spikes, etc., etc. So yeah, that was the video. Let's see our stats here. You can see the bottom, but I did 19,259 and this Lucian did 19,528. I did almost close to his damage. I did more damage than the Fiora. I did more damage than the Olaf. But yeah, this wasn't a guide video. This was just something I want to share or like, you know, give focus to, because, you know, I feel like we just play Wild Rift just to play Wild Rift, and we don't really look at, you know, the science and the details of every match. Like, trust me, it's easy to do this because there's four abilities in a champion and there's 5 of them, so 20 abilities, and passives 25. It's tough, I know, but once you've seen them, once you watch videos, knowledge, etc., it gets easy. And trust me, you know, I didn't reach master 4 times for nothing. So low Q, mama. So yeah, that was the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked the video, like it. If you don't dislike, make sure you guys subscribe. Notification bell for whenever I upload a new video. I am a VTuber who mostly does Wild Rift content, but I also do side content, as you can see from the past 2 days of daily uploading. Speaking of daily uploading, I do upload every day for now. Let's see how long this will last. So yeah, make sure you guys like it and subscribe so that I can see some appreciation about my daily uploadness. Join my Discord, link in the description below. Donate to my PayPal/Coffee. If you want to support, I'm just gonna say PayPal. Donate to my PayPal if you want to support me and my channel in the long run. As I mentioned many times, I'm not monetized yet, so any donations will do greatly for me and motivate me to keep doing this daily upload. Follow me on Twitter at drcurvy_YT. YT is YouTube, but it's YT. And follow me on Twitch at drcurvytv. All of those links are in the description below, so please do give me support. And yeah, I finally made a Wild Rift video after a long time. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.